Today we're going to talk about negative exponents. Yesterday we talked about integer exponents with numbers. If you multiply same bases, you're going to add the exponents. If you're raising a power to a power, you're going to multiply. So today we're going to talk about negative exponents. We're also going to get into dividing. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but we'll see. If you have a negative exponent, guys, you cannot leave an exponent negative. You always have to make it positive. And the way that we do that, here's an example. Let's look down here at the numbers. If you have x to the negative third, I'm going to tell you guys to circle whatever is connected to the negative exponent. Now, this is a whole number, so it's going to be over 1. So the way that you make a negative exponent positive is you move it. If it's in the numerator, you move it to the denominator, and that makes it positive. If you start a problem and the exponent that's negative is in the denominator, you move it to the top, and it becomes positive. So wherever it is, God bless you, you move it to make it positive. You cannot leave answers with negative exponents. It's really, really, really important. All right? You're not going to change the sign that's in front of the base. Like a -2 doesn't become positive. It's just the exponent that changes the sign. So let's look at a couple of examples, all right? I think it's a really good idea if you kind of follow what I'm saying. The first thing I want you guys to do is just circle what is connected to the negative exponent. In this case, I know there's only one thing there. I get it. But remember, this is over 1. So how would I rewrite this so it was a positive y to the 4th? Tell me. We're going to move it down, and we're going to say, okay, this is 1 over y to the 4th, and that's your answer. That's it. We cannot have negative exponents. So like in number 2, I notice there's a negative exponent. The only thing I have to move is that x to the -5th. Nothing else moves. And the way that we would make it positive, since it's in the denominator, where would we move it to? The numerator. Good. So what does that become? So it's 3x what? To the 5th. That's it. If it's in the denominator, move it up to the numerator. If it's in the numerator, move it down to the denominator. Do you guys see 5 and 6? I know I went left to right. Just don't worry about it. But do you see 5 and 6? They are not the exact same questions. We talked about this yesterday. You guys are going to see this a lot. Number 5, if I circle what is stuck to the negative exponent, it looks like this. So remember, this is over 1. So I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to move it down. This becomes 1 over. Your -4 stays negative. The only thing that changes is the exponent. Now, since that is a number, do we know what -4 squared is? Positive 16. So your answer here is 1 over 16. Whenever you can simplify, you need to simplify. But the only thing that changes signs is the exponent, not the base. So if I look at number 6, how is 6 different from 5? What is stuck to the exponent? The 4. The negative is not attached to that. It's not in parentheses that say, hey, the negative is included. The only thing that's attached to it is the 4. So how would I make this positive? I'm going to move it down, right? So this would be 4 squared. And then what stays on top? A -1. Very good. So when you simplify this, it's not 1 over 16. It's what? -1 over 16. That could be confusing. You have to make sure. That's why I think you should circle what is connected, what is stuck to. If you have a parenthesis around a negative, they're telling you that negative is stuck with that number. If there's not a parenthesis around it, it's separate. All right, so then 4 becomes quite easy because we've already done something like that. Right, this is over 1. So how would I rewrite it? I need my exponent to become positive. How would I rewrite this? Where would I move it? It's already in the numerator. Where would I move it? Down. So this would become what? 1 over 4 squared. Good, which is 1 over 16. Good. What am I going to circle in number 2? The x. Very good. The only thing I'm circling is x to the -4. If you wanted to include, if they wanted that 2 to be included, it would be in parentheses. So remember, this is over 1. So how do I rewrite this so that I have a positive x to the fourth? I'm going to move the x to the fourth down. So what does my new problem look like? 2 over x to the fourth. Good. You only move what is attached to the negative exponent. You only move what's attached to the negative exponent. You do not have to circle like I am. I just think it's helpful to circle so you see what needs to move and what needs to stay put. Does that make sense a little bit? Yeah? Okay. Moving on. We're almost done. All right, so we're going to put into practice what I just said. I want you guys to circle what is stuck with the negative exponent. So number 7, what am I going to circle? The y. Perfect. So I'm going to put this over 1. So what am I moving where? The y down here. So what does my new problem look like? Good job, bud. Perfect. X over y cubed. Only move what's attached. Whenever we have numbers that we can simplify, we will. So let's circle. Circle what is stuck with the negative. So step 1, I'm going to rewrite this. When I rewrite this, what does it look like? What's it look like? Where? Okay, so 1 over 12x squared. Can I simplify that more? Yes, because what do I have to do? Since that is in parentheses, what do I have to do with that little 2 that's on the outside? I have to distribute it. Good, very good. So this is going to go here and here. So this actually becomes 1 over, what's 12 times 12? 144, good. And then x squared, very good. Anytime you have numbers, you want to simplify. Two more. What am I going to circle? The y to the negative 2. So since it's in the numerator, where does it need to go? To the bottom. What else am I going to circle? The x to the negative 5th. Since it's in the denominator, where does it need to go? It needs to go up. Perfect. Give yourself a little roadmap. I know that might seem elementary to you, but you can clearly see, oh, wait, I have to move the y to the negative 2 down and the x to the negative 5 up. So when I rewrite that, what does my new numerator look like? 3x to the 5th over. Perfect. It'll help, I promise. You guys try the last one. Go. I'll give you 2 minutes. Go. All right, what am I going to circle? X to the negative 2. Perfect. And what else? Z to the negative 7. So remember, this is all over 1. So where does the x to the negative 2 need to go? Down. Where does z to the 7th need to go? Down. So rewrite this. What does my new simplified problem look like with no negative exponents? 4y to the 6th over x squared z to the 7th. Perfect. Good job, guys. Very, very good. And that's it. Now you guys can finish your homework. You can finish what we started yesterday. And we're going to go on to something, not else, but we're going to go on to the second part of this tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We're not doing anything tomorrow. Thank God. We made it to the end of the week. Yay.